Is anyone starting to get the idea that maybe Lego thinks you should really consider buying a Lego set for your Valentine this year? Hi, I'm Joe, and today I want to talk about some of the new Lego sets that I think are Valentine's Day appropriate, the sheer number of new Lego sets that might be appropriate for that holiday, as well as talk about some of my future projects. Now, Lego has put out usually one Valentine's Day set per year, and I have some of them because I'm a sucker and I try to collect sets for just about every holiday, and they usually are some type of brick build animal or a little vignette, or they've even had some brick heads. But in recent years, Lego has introduced its botanical collection specifically for flowers, which are often associated with Valentine's Day, but I think last year they definitely stepped up their game by creating the Dozen Roses set, which is definitely aimed at people to give as Valentine's gifts. In 2024, Lego also introduced a gift with purchase, which is the first time that I remember that Lego had offered a gift with purchase for something that was specifically for Valentine's Day. 2025 continues the trend of recent years in that Lego is still putting out small Valentine's Day set, this year's with brick-built bears. They have a gift with purchase, which is this heart candy box. And they also are putting out more flower bouquets. In this case, they've got two of them. They have the pretty pink flower bouquet, and they also have another flower set they just call flower arrangement, which is going to be available on February 1st. And even the collectible minifigures get in on the act, as one of the newest set of minifigures includes a Cupid. But even on top of that, the Lego art theme is getting in on the Valentine's Day act with the love sculpture. And Lego has even made a set with Looney Tunes character Tweety Bird that definitely appears to be Valentine's Day themed. Now, as much as I like to collect holiday sets, I did not get all of these, but I did get some. So let's look one by one at the Valentine's Day sets I did get. First up here are the Valentine bears, which show one brown bear and one panda bear, appropriately with heart-shaped tiles for noses. The brown bear is shown holding a small bouquet of flowers, and the panda here is shown holding a chocolate bar, which is very difficult to see because of the way it's built. But if I turn him over, you can see under the paw there is the chocolate bar. The reason you can't see it is because these are simple clip and bar connections, so there's no rotation of the arms. They can move up and down. And they're easy to remove from the base because the feet are only 2 studs each, and the base is set up so only one of them connects, and it's easy to remove. There's no real bonus of specialized pieces here. You just got regular 1x1 flower studs, and you have a small brick-built heart in the background. This set was $12.99. Next up, we'll look here at the heart-shaped candy box gift with purchase set, which I believe is still available through January 28th. And this set was free with purchase of $75 or more. I actually got it with purchase of the pretty pink flower bouquet and another $20 3-in-1 set that I will probably feature in a video in the future. There's actually quite a lot packed into this gift with purchase because you've not only got a candy box, you've got a base here that has some flowers to it and some purple leaves, and we've even got some of the new peony piece that was introduced with the Lego Ideas Botanical Garden here. And all these are clear sloped bricks so that the point of the heart can sit there and you can have your heart on display. The box here uses a long white tile to show a ribbon across the front of it, along with a bow tied up with using just some 1x2 slope pieces here, and a waterfall piece, and a hinge piece, which is what gives the bow whatever angle you want to give it, at least on one side. And it wouldn't be a candy box without candy. And on the inside, we've got several different looking chocolate and caramel looking candies that we can store in here, and they all fit very neatly. Now, they are just sitting in here loosely, so they come out. But I can say that they are in there well enough that if you happen to accidentally knock the candy box off of your fireplace mantle, only 1 or 2 pieces will fall out. Please don't ask how I know. And when your candy box is done, it just sits loosely on top of those sloped bricks. Next up, we have the Cupid collectible minifigure, who was not released specifically for Valentine's Day, but is certainly appropriate. And he comes with a bow and an extra heart accessory to carry. He's got wings that snap onto his back, and he has hearts for eyes, although he does have an alternate expression on the back. It's just a regular, youthful-looking face. He does come with the small legs. And since he does seem like a special figure for Valentine's Day, I went ahead and made him a special display. I dug through my kids' old Heart Lake boxes and other Lego Friends type sets that they have not kept together, so I consider their parts fair game. And I went ahead and made this little display using some alternating trans clear bricks and trans pink plates, along with some other heart-shaped plates in the background, and just some spare hearts and this heart-shaped gem. And I think that makes a pretty good display for Cupid. And finally, we've got the pretty pink flowers, which I'm not going to go into too much botanical detail because that is not my area of expertise, but I will go through each type of flower and just kind of show what cool part usage was applied here. We'll start with here the pink rose, which is made up of wheel well pieces in a circle, and we've also got the new peony piece in the center in white. Here we've got this orange flower, which is made up of axe blades all around it to show the petals, with a dark orange on most of it, with a slightly lighter orange in the middle. Here we've got this dark pink flower that has fern leaves in the middle in dark red and white in different sizes. And then for some detail here, it's got a white frog. Here we have, I believe this is a dahlia that is mostly shields, all lined up on clips. We have these little blue flowers where the blue flower piece seems so specialized, it's hard to believe it's actually Lego. And I guess these yellow pieces were minion hair elements, which is not something that I have ever collected, so I don't know that I've ever applied it to minions. And then in here, I believe we have eucalyptus, which there's 2 of these. On one side, you've got these little blue flowers on one end and these little green berries everywhere. This was my least favorite one to build because you have to get those little berries onto the very small, I can't even focus. You have to get them on the very small, here we go, little pieces that you can put up to 3 flowers on. So we've got 2 of those. Here we've got some other type of flower, cornflower maybe, that uses eggshells as its main petals. And then finally we have some other type of long flower that has somewhat regular looking bell-shaped flowers here with a yellow center using just the yellow stick piece here. And then it looks like we've got some smaller flowers and maybe some buds, or maybe they're turning to seeds, that are all made with light green eggs. Now my next project is going to involve my recently completed McLaren dealership, which I'm not going to do anything with, but as I mentioned before, the dealership covers 1.5 base plates. As I don't own any half base plates, I ended up covering 2 base plates and just leaving 16 studs empty on the left side. And my next project is going to be something to cover those 16 studs. Now, there are several rebrickable models that are ideal for a 32 by 16 base plate, but I just didn't quite think any of them really fit the look of what I wanted to put here next to my McLaren dealership. And one of the big challenges I've got is I don't want to block this window here on the side. So most rebrickable models or most models that are made to go on a 16 by 32 base plate are supposed to be modular compatible, which means the front 8 studs would be covered with tiles of some sort for sidewalk, and then the building would start right about here. So if I started building there, I would be covering up that window, and I just don't want to do that. So I think I'm going to actually get adventurous and try building something myself. And for that, I've decided to use my current favorite rebrickable parts pack, the Creator 3-in-1 Surf Shop. I've already got 3 copies of this set, and I've already built 4 models using those pieces. And that doesn't even include the official B and C model for the set, which I haven't yet to build. But I had an idea for creating a model for the remaining space. I think what I would do is I want the ground floor to be some type of actual surf shop or beach shop, and then have the upper floors. I want to do 3 stories. I want the upper 2 floors to be like a pizza restaurant, along with a balcony to eat off of. And what I would do is, to avoid blocking the window, I could still build the building out front, but I would only want to make it 12 wide, and I'd use the staircase there, maybe set it back to just behind the window, and that would be the entrance to the pizza restaurant upstairs. So that's what I have in mind there. I would love to be able to have a balcony that goes around, and then use, since I have 3 copies of the set, I'm going to have 3 copies here of the staircase element, and put another set of stairs on the inside to get upstairs. That means it's going to be pretty cramped on the inside. It means I'm only going to have 10 studs to work with, but you know, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not doing this for any type of contest. I just want to see maybe what I can create. And this model has a ton of great rebrickable models already, and I think it's a good parts pack. And when you've got 3 of them, I've got lots of rails I can use for outside of the deck. There's plenty of pieces for floors, and we've also got lots of little details of aquatic creatures or supplies you might need for surfing. So I'm going to just play around with it and see what I can build. And another project I have on tap is a really big rebrickable project here. Yes, those bags are all black pieces except for the 1 bag of red and yellow. And no, it is not a Batman themed McDonald's, even though the color scheme would be correct. No, this is actually going to be a display for all of the new Formula One Speed Champions cars, which don't come available until March. So I have that excuse for putting this project off. But this is 6 bricklink orders together, along with 1 pick-a-brick order. And I guess I did not imagine that this project would involve this amount of pieces, so we'll see how it turns out. And finally, if you've been following my channel at all, you know I've got a ton of Star Trek stuff left to build, and these 2 projects will be on the horizon very soon also. The Borg drone and the USS Excelsior. I mean, I have a ton of other Star Trek sets to build, but these 2 are the ones I'm probably going to prioritize because I had to destroy their boxes because they were water damaged in the most recent shipment I got. So I want to be able to get these built while I still know where all the pieces are. As always, thank you for watching my video, and remember, today is a good day to build.